It around on left wing to Milbury, number 26. He headmans it to Crowder. Now a fight going as Milbury gets into it. Back inside the blue line with Kevin McClellan. And McClellan with that left hand really landed a couple of haymakers. Mike Milbury and Kevin McClellan.
You're talking about a couple of pretty big, strong hockey players that were going at it.
Putty to Don Jackson, number 29. Lead pass to Curry, in on goal. He scores! Working it to Ray Bourque, number 7. Bourque, long pass to Crowder. Broken up and cleared back out by the Oilers. Now Slager has it as Blum runs into an Edmonton player and knocks him flying. It's Gretzky right at center ice. And now Gretzky is injured and a fight develops at center ice.
Blum really put Gretzky into the boards hard right at Edmonton's bench, in fact, on the red line. And Don Jackson, one of the policemen of this Edmonton Oilers team, he wants a piece of John Blum right away. Blum, by the way, was a former Edmonton Oiler, and Blum is going to the penalty box.
Courtnall came out of his own zone, and there you see the arm and the elbow up, and then the arm of Bob Myers go up in the air. Behind the net to Simmer, now to Middleton, to O'Connell, to Bourque at the point. Ray Bourque closing in, a shot, stick save, rebound, they score! And the Oilers, Shervin knocks it near the Boston line. Courtnall bumping with McClellan. McClellan shot it in, and Blum flipping it to O'Reilly. Now dropping it to Fergus, who flips it in. You're out of the net to clear it around to the board. Oilers do shoot at the center, and Matt Celine loses to Shervin. Shervin pulled down by Blum. Puck goes to the corner, and Celine for Boston to Terry O'Reilly. O'Reilly can't clear it. Now Blum tied up by 2 Oilers. Puck pops loose, and O'Reilly has it. Going to be a penalty as Blum and McClellan back of the play, drop their sticks, and they're going to go to it. Play going on, but now the attention back to the other end of the ice to Blum and Kevin McClellan as they stand toe-to-toe and duke it out.
Kevin McClellan had turned as if to go back with the puck in the Oilers' end zone, and then he turned around and looked at Blum, and I think that the two of them figured they might as well get this over with.
Now, we told you back in the first period that Blum, when he hit Gretzky, used to be a former Oiler. He didn't leave many friends, did he?
Just goes to show you how competitive teams are, Dan, regardless of whether or not you used to play for one. Once you're in a different uniform, it's a brand new ball game.
And now the linesmen go about their task. Messer's Ron Foyt. And Ron Finn. Doug Keenes, the backup goaltender, was the man you saw looking on from the bench. And a stoppage in play, and no doubt penalty. From Maine to Maui, you're watching the NHL on USA.
Eyebrow area. That's what they were going to the penalty box. Here's how it started. You can see that the puck has left a long time ago, but Kevin McClellan taking a look around. Blum went back to get his stick, and when he turned around, he saw that McClellan had indeed circled, was waiting for him, so the heck with the stick and the gloves. Let's get it off and let's get at it.
Came right through to Coffey. Back to Huddy. That shot, oh, Gretzky just missed tipping it in. Anderson for the Oilers. Anderson to Gretzky, back to Anderson, he scores! But Shervin gets it in the corner. The Gretzky behind the net, out in front, Semenko shoots high off the glass as Semenko almost scored for Edmonton. Now Casper for the Bruins, giving it to Milbury. Milbury to Keith Crowder, one man back, and the shot right on target. And Fuhr made the save, and now back of the play. Another altercation. Blum, and I'm not sure who the Edmonton player is, Gary.
I believe it's Paul Coffey. I would have expected that it would have been Kevin McClellan, but not this time. Once again, the play way back into the Oilers' end zone, and John Blum.
Meanwhile, it was Paul Coffey who was into it with Blum. Number 16 for the Bruins, Middleton to Colleen.
And he can really cut in You can see some of the hits being leveled. That was Lee Foglin, in fact, and you had mentioned at the time he even got a piece of referee Bob Myers, but he got more of a piece of Matt Thelen.
Because number 99 for Edmonton is on the ice, and it's Casper's normal job to check and shadow Wayne Gretzky. Puck comes to Greg at the point. They score! Announcement of the goal. Here are the Bruins coming back, but Neal checked by Gretzky, and now Neal knocks the Edmonton player flying, and he'll get a penalty. And an Edmonton player, I'm not sure which Oiler went down. It's Glenn Anderson flat on the ice. He was really decked by Neal. I think Neal's check really was as much accidental as anything else. And Anderson has been cut and is bleeding, as you can probably see on the ice. There you see Jim Nill of the Bruins in the penalty box. He gets a 5-minute major on that infraction on Anderson. I don't think it was accidental, but Anderson was injured, and Nill gets a 5-minute major for high sticking. Middleton trying to center to Casper. He scores! Something was thrown onto the ice just as they were ready to drop the puck, so that delays things. Now Peterson and Gretzky. Gretzky wins the draw, and the buzzer goes to end the period as Blum now getting into it again. And it's John Jackson, the Edmonton player, with the former Oiler John Blum. And now another fight breaking out. Semenko getting into it with one of the Bruins. Meanwhile, this is a tough time. Curran and Semenko are in the other scrap. This is a dangerous time for a fight to break up because both teams have cleared their benches to go to their locker rooms, and this is when real trouble many times will develop. But fortunately, they got the first scrap between Blum and Jackson broken up. And now players from both teams congregate around the other scrap. And somebody may be injured, or is the scrap continuing? I think it's just the fight continuing. And that scrap is between Semenko and Curran of Boston, the big Bruin rookie. Now they get Semenko and Curran separated. There's the big rookie, Curran, number 34. Big, 6'6", 215, former junior player with the Portland Winterhawks, and now Curran is ushered towards the Boston room, and the second period has concluded.
I think it hit a stick, Dan, but we'll have to wait and see if we center ice. Then in Kevin McClellan. There's some more of the good body checks. Courtnall on Don Jackson.
Greg shot at the center. Picked up by number 16, Pat Hughes. Hughes leaving it for Hunter. He scores! And Coffey clears one to Gretzky. Peters out of the net to knock it from Gretzky. Now Hunter to Gretzky, who can't center it as Peters finally gets back in, and the game is over as Gretzky flipped it in front, and the Edmonton Oilers, after 8 unsuccessful attempts at Boston Garden, finally win their first ever convincing 4-2 triumph over the Boston Bruins, and quite a performance from that man, Grant Pure, in goal. Coming up, you'll meet our mobile player of the game, and Grant Pure, the Oiler goaltender, would be one of the leading candidates. Stay with us for that as the final score here at Boston Garden. The Edmonton Oilers 4 and the Boston Bruins 2. Final shots on goal favored the Oilers.